Hey guys, welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot. So this is going to be your general weekly reading for November 14th through the 20th, 21st. So I already started the reading off on TikTok. So if you guys don't follow me there, you should. But I'll go over the 2 cards that I pulled and then we'll get into the rest of the week plus all the zodiacs, okay? So this... if you're new to my channel, let me get before that, you're welcome to subscribe. Love to have you. So when you know new videos go live, and then if you're a return subby, always appreciate it. So the first 2 cards that came out for this week, kind of the overall energy, was the 6 of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. So a couple messages here. So first and foremost, you know, what you put out is what you get. And for a lot of you, you're stepping into kind of your power. You're stepping into a place where you're very comfortable with your business, where your career, where your job. You're starting to become a lot more of a leader in many ways, okay, if you aren't already. But this is also about matching energy. This is being around like-minded people. This is sharing knowledge. Wealth can also be considered knowledge. So what you put out is what you get, like I said. But for many of you, it's matching energy and remembering that you want to be around people that are like-minded, that want to see you win, that want you to succeed, okay? And so what you put out with the right people, with the right vibration, you're going to get that back. And again, the King of Pentacles is a very stable energy. It's very, you know, having strong business acumen. It has, you know, knows how to make money, you know, knows how to excel in their career. So again, I think for a lot of you, you're really on this trajectory, but you need to remember to match energy, okay? So let's go ahead and pull a couple cards around money, then we'll dive another career card, and then love, relationships, anything you might need to kind of just be aware of. And again, remember guys, this is general, so it's not going to be for everyone, and that's okay. You're welcome to leave a comment if this is kind of fitting into your scenario. And if not, maybe this will give you some insights, okay? And if you want to go back, I did a video on general readings, and it kind of gives a little bit more insight on the reasoning behind general readings and things that you can do to really push yourself, okay? All right, so what do we need to know with money this week? I got the Tower card in reverse. I know it's in the upright for you, but it's in the reverse for me. So we could see things fluctuate with the stock market maybe this week or in the upcoming weeks. You know, there's a lot of volatility, and I don't even know the astrological, you know, energy that's going on. I'm not an astrologer, but you know, things can be a little bit more pivotal. There could be some drastic change that happens. One thing, and I say this because the Tower card in reverse typically is fast, abrupt change that happens around you, not always necessarily to you. But with this being said, if you're noticing a lot of change and you start to feel like it's going to impact you, this could be an indication that you may want to be proactive and make a decision. So in money, that maybe you go and talk to your financial advisor, your broker, and kind of just make sure that you understand where your money is and how things are going. You know, maybe learn a little bit more about the stock market, you know, take a class, or, you know, again, having somebody kind of walk you through it and make you understand kind of what's a good long-term approach or whatever your risk tolerance is. And by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, so please make sure you contact one who is. Now, again, another thing with this is not the time to invest in quick rich schemes, you know what I mean? So I would say like no to MLMs, or like no to like, you know, oh, you're going to see a return back in, you know, guaranteed 30 days. You are not guaranteed anything, okay? So just be careful because, you know, again, around the holiday time, you just want to be very careful. People tend to, there could be more exaggeration around, you know, investments and finances around this time. Just be careful because, again, read the fine print, you know, make sure you feel comfortable with it. Make sure that you've gotten professional advice. And I do feel like this has to do with trading or investing. Maybe some of you are really kind of trying to figure out how to navigate through cryptocurrency or whatever the case is. But I do feel like we're going to see kind of at a greater global scale, that, you know, stock markets, and it's going to be, there could be some dips in certain areas or industries, and or just fluctuations, okay? So there could be some change around that. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm not saying that to, you know, do anything drastic. Again, go and talk to somebody who's a professional, but there could be some industries that take a hit that seem to be, you know, very strong. So there's, again, a lot of change in the air, I feel like. Okay, so let's go into career. 2 of Wands. So, you know, it's interesting because I said TikTok video. I feel like, you know, we're matching energy, but I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of starting to look at what other opportunities are out there. And I think you're kind of being pushed and pulled. And do I stay the steady route? You know, the devil that I know, basically, you know, where I'm comfortable, I know what to expect. I'm not necessarily happy. I'm not really, you know, unhappy, but you're kind of navigating through and trying to determine, is there something else out there? I think you're scared to rock the boat, which I get. And I would, you know, I'm a realist. I'm not somebody that's just going to tell you just like, oh, quit and just see what happens. No. There's nothing, there's no, it's easier to find a job when you have one, right? So, but if you're curious, I would say the time is now. Brush up on that resume, start to look at how you can make connections, build a bigger network, whether that's LinkedIn or just in your professional setting, through organizations or memberships, or, you know, like, what was I going to say? Even like within your own company, kind of just expanding your internal network, also your external one. Two of Wands is kind of swinging for the fences, because Two of Wands is kind of taking this very adventurous, very aggressive, assertive approach on what you want. So you're willing to take a big risk for a big reward, okay? Now, again, I'm not telling you to do anything drastic unless you feel that that is what you want to do, but ultimately, you're going to have to make a decision and put action behind, you know, your choice. So that's either staying and maybe currently where you are in your job, but maybe, okay, I want this job, or I want to be in this position, or I want to be in this different department. So you're going to make a lot more initiative now to get into and like kind of align you on that path. And or looking externally and you're starting to say, you know what, I can get better pay, better position, better benefits, you know, maybe your relocation package, or I can have a corner office, or whatever the case is. There's perks maybe outside the company, and you can kind of leverage, you know, and even have other companies start to bid for you. You know what I mean? Some of you might be working with recruiting agencies. Some of you are using a very strategic approach. So I would tell you that if you're going to go for it, okay? But again, you won't know unless you try. So if you've been kind of on the fence, I would say get your resume brushed up. You know what I mean? Like send that out and get it looked at. Get some feedback. You know, reach out to some recruiting agencies that specialize in your industry, or maybe like executive level position or leadership positions that you maybe are looking for. So they can negotiate on your behalf, so they can, you know, kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. For some of you, you need to believe and trust in yourself, okay? And the Two of Wands is actually, it's kind of at that crossroads where either way, you need to make a decision and you need to put action behind it. So come to terms with what you want and start to put it in progress, right? All right, so let's see what's going on for relationships. Let's see what the card, oops, I was shuffling them upside down. So that didn't help. Now did it? There was one that was turned over. This deck, there's been a couple cards that have flipped over and I guess I didn't realize it. These are too many. That's a huge pile. Okay, we'll take this one because it kind of flipped-a-roo. Okay, we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. I'm going to do a clarifier. Okay, the Fool card in reverse. So, Seven of Swords in reverse is kind of I don't want to say it's a little bit more tolerable energy to have, okay? Seven of Swords in reverse is, I think for some of you, you're recognizing your self-sabotage. I think you're recognizing, you know, relationships in the past that have happened, or even maybe recently, that haven't worked out, and like you're identifying some of the red flags that, you know, the reasons why it didn't work out, and you're like, oh, you know, I don't feel like this energy is a sad one. I just feel like you're coming to terms and being a lot more aware of people's behaviors, which is a good thing, right? Because when you start to do some self-healing, you recognize, oh my gosh, I'm still emotionally closed off, and I'm therefore attracting emotionally closed off people, and or I'm still, you know, emotionally, I'm, you know, tend to attract codependent people, maybe because there's some codependencies that I'm still trying to work through, and or that you've kind of moved on from that and you understand things that you need to kind of keep in mind, right? Because we're not all perfect. We sometimes take that step backwards. but looking at and saying, well, shit, I don't need to be in a relationship like that again. Like, this person is showing signs like my ex. This person kind of has weird behavior, and like something in me isn't right. I couldn't put my finger on it. Listen to those messages, okay? The Fool card in reverse is saying, don't be reckless. Don't just jump into anything just because. Really feel your way through it. And again, maybe it's just not the right time to start dating. Maybe you're just like, you know what? I'm fine where I'm at. I'm fine being single. I'm choosing to be single. And, you know, that's okay. And like I said, I think, you know, for a lot of you, even if you were partnered, I feel like you're starting to just realize that it's so important to trust yourself. It is not worth the risk to jump head first into a relationship because of all the gushy feelings that you might feel in the first like month. But are they the right person for you then long term? Are they stable? Are they healthy? Are they emotionally intelligent? And when I say healthy, I mean, you know, mentally, emotionally healthy. Are they ready to actually be committed to someone? Are they willing to deal with all the stuff that you still are going through, and vice versa? All right. Are they going to be willing to listen to you when you're angry and pissed and upset, and vice versa? So again, I think for a lot of you, it's just like going into a relationship right now may not be like top of mind, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to use a different deck, and I'm going to go ahead and do a round of zodiacs. Okay. And we'll just start with Aries and end on Pisces, okay? Just to make it easier. And if you guys have not, you're welcome to go to my blog, because I've done the November readings. I'm sending out a little email out every kind of month right now, I guess, like I just sent it. So you'll get a November, kind of your insights for November. So you're welcome to go there and check out the website. And all bookings and everything are happening on my website, so you don't have to, you can go through that if you're interested. Okay. All right, Aries, what's going to go on for this kind of overall month, okay? Two of Pentacles. So, you know, Aries, you guys are a very dynamic sign, and you're the baby of the zodiac. Very determined sign, always want to prove yourself, and a lot of times you do with flying colors, okay? But one thing, Aries, is that you might start to notice this week that you're juggling quite a bit. You're doing a lot of things at once. Now, that is not to say that you can't do that, but I would ask yourself, is that sustainable? Is this something that I can continue to carry, you know, in the long run? And what I mean by that is even in the next 6 months, like, are these things that you're really willing to dedicate your time and energy to? For some of you, it's you're working multiple jobs, or you're doing a lot at work, where it's kind of like spreading you thin, and you're starting to get worn out and tired. Relationships, you might be not necessarily doubling in multiple relationships, maybe for some of you, but I feel like your attention has been kind of, it's either all or nothing right now, because there's a lot going on. So again, take a step back and see how this is kind of impacting your life, and is it something that you want to continue with, okay? Taurus, Page of Cups. Taurus, I feel like, you know, for you, Taurus is such a strong earth energy and earth sign, very rational, very logical. I think it's time, especially even that we're going to have probably more opportunities in the next weeks, upcoming weeks, to be around friends and family. I think this is time for you to kind of put some love and self-expression into your home. Make it more inviting, which usually you guys, that's not an issue, but I think you're going to want to, you know, maybe host and maybe throw a little get together. I feel like for some of you, you're putting that little extra touch in maybe gift giving. I think you're kind of putting your little just extra love and tender care into being around loved ones, family, friends, you know, partners. And so I feel like people are going to start to see that softer side of you, Taurus, which again, you know, you're very giving, you're very loving. And I think people are starting to see, like, you kind of just give that little extra, and it's really, it's showing how compassionate you really are. Okay. So, Gemini, Four of Pentacles. Okay. Gems, I feel like, you know, Gemini, I feel like sometimes, okay, it can be all or nothing with you, Gemini, and you have that duality about you, okay? So you'll get excited and go 1,000 miles per hour, and then sometimes you'll stop and you're like, no, I'm going to switch to something else. And that can be very typical air sign behavior. But I feel like something, you might be a little bit closed off because of maybe a little recent disappointment, or maybe you put yourself out there a little too much and you kind of didn't get the welcoming or, you know, the reception that you felt that you deserved. So I feel like you're a little bit closed off. I think that you're keeping a lot of things that you're working on, whether it's business, professional stuff, close to your chest, which is okay. I can be very much that way too. But I think that there are some people, it's okay to share a little bit, Gemini. I think people want to know that you're okay, and they maybe not have heard a lot from you or gotten a lot of one-on-one attention. So this might be the time to be a little bit more open, okay? Just share enough. Don't do anything or share, you know, too much where you're uncomfortable, but share enough where people know that you're doing okay. All right? So Cancer, King of Swords. Cancer, I feel like you are starting to really get, how do I say this? I feel like you're cutting out a lot of crap, okay? Cancer, I feel like you're coming into a really rational state. Cancer, you're a very nurturing sign, very emotionally nurturing. And I feel like now you're looking at things with a little bit more logic. Not necessarily putting the emotion aside, but you're learning to balance it with kind of thought, common sense, and intuition, right? And so even though you might feel like you want to help someone, or you might feel like you need to participate, or you feel like you need to take the burden off someone else, with the King of Swords, you're like, you know what? That's not my job. That's not my place. That's not part of my journey. And the King of Swords also is very, very intellectual. So I feel like you're doing a lot more research. So instead of being reactive with emotion, you're really taking a step back and saying, wait a minute, where are the facts? I need to do the research. I need to kind of have the receipts before I make a decision, okay? And this is very strong Aquarius type of energy, Cancer. So for some of you, again, you're kind of looking at, is it rational? Are my emotions justified? Where are the facts? Good for you, Cancer. Okay, Leo. 10 of Pentacles. Leo, you're looking for the long run. You're looking for the long haul. Now, for very few of you, yes, you might be contacted because you might be inheriting something. There could be, if you want to do a little scratch off, buy a lottery ticket if you've been thinking about doing it. That might be a good sign to say yes. Maybe a little dollar lotto ticket. I barely buy. I bought one lottery ticket in my life. That's my little spiel. But so I don't know the best ones to do scratch off. But for some of you, I don't think it'd be a bad thing. You might feel like you might be lucky. You got the lucky ticket. But Leo, I think you're adjusting your mindset and making sure that whatever you're doing now, does it have long-term investments? Does it have long-term payoff? You know, is this something that is going to be, you can build upon? Is this something that you can scale up? Is this something where in the next 10, 15 years, you're going to say, thank goodness I started now? For some of you, it could be readdressing or relooking at your portfolio. For some of you, you're looking at different stock options. For some of you, you're looking at different positions in a company that are going to give you the ability to maybe retire at a certain point earlier than you would like. So again, you're really looking at how your life, how you can structure it for the long term, so you're going to be comfortable, okay? Sooner than later. Virgo. Oh my God, Virgos. 6 of Wands, Virgo. Incredible energy. So first of all, Virgo, a lot of success, a lot of confidence moving into this week. I feel like a lot of you have been purging, which is kind of normal for Virgos. You guys are very organized, and you get rid of stuff that just like, if it lingers too long, you're like, goodbye. So that's not so much an issue for you, but I feel like you're like, for some of you Virgos, like you've gotten all your holiday shopping done, like you're already done. Which you guys always get the gold star and things like that. Like you're already prepared. There's no rush. You're not nervous. You're not overwhelmed. You're like, I'm already good. So, so I think for a lot of you, like you're not stressed out. You're kind of just chilling. 6 of Wands too is that I feel like for a lot of you, things are starting to just kind of even out and smooth out in your life, in all areas of your life. So it's a little bit more smooth sailing right now because you've done a lot of work in the last couple of months, and you know, you've really reorganized your life, you know, for the nth time, but this time I think you're kind of happy with it. Okay, so Libra, sorry, I'm forgetting all my signs. 6 of Swords. Interesting. So for some of you who are on the Virgo Libra cusp, you could have a little bit of volatility, but with the Libras, you guys are finally starting to move into a more sane situation. Your sanity is back. You know, 6 of Swords is very much kind of the calm after the storm, having a lot more perspective. You know, the turbulence that you've gone through, even just stress and mental anxiety, kind of looking back and saying, you know what, I'm glad that this is over with. I'm glad it's done. I've learned a lot, but there's things that are going to have to change. There's things or people that I just know need to move their own separate ways. For some of you also, this could be travel. You could be booking some travel or going on a trip. So if that is the case, please enjoy and have a safe and fun time. But for many of you, I think this is well-deserved. I think this is a time for rest and enjoyment and relaxation, not to overthink too much, just to be present. Okay, Libra? Scorpio, the Strength card. Scorpio, you know what? Scorpio is one of the strongest signs, and it may not always necessarily be the physical part of it, but they have so much determination. They are so resilient. They are truly the sign about transformation, right? The Death card in the tarot. This is, you know, Scorpio, I think for some of you, you're going to have to muster up the strength to say something or do something, and this could be with friends and family. This might not be very easy, but I think for you, you're kind of finally putting yourself out there or saying what needs to be said. This is not something you've... Some of you are coming out in some type of way, okay? And I don't mean that... For some of you, it might be orientation, sexual orientation, but for some of you, it's just maybe living in a little bit more taboo way, or wanting to live a certain lifestyle that a lot of close friends and family in your life may not understand or get because they don't do it. So I feel like there is a pretty big conversation on the horizon for some of you Scorpios, but don't fret because it's going to go better than you think. So don't panic. Just trust and believe in yourself that you're doing the right thing. It takes a lot of courage to show your authentic self, Scorpio, okay? Sagittarius, the World card. Oh, finally, Sag. Some of you are learning and have finally gone through some massive cycles. Coming to a close and now opening for a new chapter. You know, Sagittarius, you are a very adventurous sign, but you get in your head quite a bit. And Sag, this is now kind of like you've gone through it. This is the green light from the universe to say, look, you have finally understood what you need to kind of like cut out of your life. Stop doing, stop overthinking, stop holding back, stop, you know, pretending that everything's okay and it's not. Sagittarius, this has been a big undertaking for you, this healing work, this transition. And a lot of it's been in your relationships. Now more than ever, Sagittarius, you need just to be honest with yourself, what you will put up with, what you don't. What are things that are non-negotiables, okay? Don't be scared to voice your opinion, Sagittarius. And I think you have, and I think you understand the power of your voice. And now this is coming to a close so you can move on in this new chapter. And I think you're going to be really happy because people are going to know where you stand and you know what you want, okay? Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles. Am I surprised? No, Capricorn. Capricorn, I feel like you've worked really, really hard. I think people have been nudging you to take your full time off around the holiday time if you're able to. Do so. Please do not put yourself in a situation where you're available when you shouldn't be. Take the time. Enjoy yourself. Create a happy, and they keep saying the word festive. Not everybody celebrates the holidays, but you know, make your home inviting and welcoming and, you know, throw a party, be around people that are like-minded, have fun. The Queen of Pentacles likes everyone to celebrate, likes everyone to eat, likes everyone to experience the happiness and warmth that he or she has created. So Capricorn, again, don't hold yourself back. I feel like you want to share a lot of the things that you've worked on, and you've, you know, the abundance that you have, and, you know, all the prosperity that you've created in this year and probably will into the next. So don't overwork yourself this holiday season. Really allow yourself to enjoy the time and be present, okay? That means turning your email off. Aquarius, the Tower card. Aquarius, well, shit. Aquarius, I feel like there's some change, obviously, with the Tower card, but I don't necessarily feel that it's on the negative. I feel like there's so many things that you're working on right now, Aquarius, that have tremendous amount of potential. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your ideas, because this could be a catalyst that may happen in the next new year, or this upcoming new year, but it's like you're finally trusting yourself and not doubting yourself, and you're on the right path. So all the things that you're working on are like gonna bring massive change, positive change, sooner than you think, okay? So whatever you're working on and focusing on this week, like, keep going at it. Don't get frustrated, okay? Pisces. Seven of Swords, not the easiest card to get, but Pisces, here's the thing. You know, I had someone tell me, I had a client that was, she kind of just described, like, Aries is the baby, Pisces is like the grandfather, the grandmother. And I thought that was just a brilliant description. So I'm going to use her words. I feel like, Pisces, you carry so much energetic weight that you need to start to trust yourself, Pisces. The people around you are not all there for your best interest. Some of them want to attach themselves to you because you are doing well. You are thriving. You are happy. You know how to manifest. And you have a lot of things in your life that are very beautiful. And so I think you need to be very aware of the people who you surround yourself with, because not all that glitters is gold. And the Seven of Swords is usually like a thief in the night. It's someone who will say all the right things, do all the right things, but deep down they're only there for their own advantage, okay? So really start to tap into that strong intuition, Pisces, because I think there's been some falsities that have been put in your ear, and it's making you not trust yourself as much, and you need to cut that out, okay? Trust you. You have all the answers you need. It's not going to come from someone else. So ground yourself, cleanse your area, cleanse your home, cleanse your space, but trust yourself. And don't overshare too much, Pisces, okay? Because again, some of the people around you, I think, are there for their own opportunities and not necessarily to help you or to want you to succeed, okay? They're there for to take advantage. So thank you guys so much again for watching. I hope this has been helpful. And please leave a comment if some of the information has been helpful. And if you want to follow me on TikTok and Instagram, you're welcome to do so. I post there quite a bit. And then also check out the website, because there's some great ideas for gifts, and you can even buy gift cards for anyone who might want a reading, okay? So thank you again, and I'll talk soon.